Hello and welcome to the NutriPsych podcast, where I give you bite-sized practical tips and advice on how to go from yo-yo dieting, emotional eating, and binge eating to achieving permanent weight loss results without counting calories, cutting out your favorite foods, or spending hours at the gym. My name is Helen and I'm a qualified nutrition consultant. After spending more than a decade and hundreds of pounds on diets, feeling ashamed and embarrassed about my body, losing and gaining the same weight like it was my job, I finally cracked the code to permanent weight loss results and lost more than 25 kilograms and kept it off. Now, it's become my mission to help you do the same so that you can say goodbye to yo-yo dieting, emotional eating, constant snacking, nighttime eating, and binge eating, all without feeling starved or deprived. If that sounds like something you are interested in, let's dive in. Welcome back. My name is Helen and I'm a qualified nutrition consultant, and you're listening to the NutriPsych podcast, where I give you bite-sized tips and advice on weight loss, health, and nutrition. Today, we'll be going over 3 common physiological triggers for food cravings. Some are more widely known, but some you might not expect. More importantly, we'll be covering some tips and strategies to help you overcome or manage these cravings without having to rely on willpower. So the first common trigger is blood sugar imbalances. When your blood sugar levels drop, you start to feel hungry, tired, and you want to look for food. This is a natural body mechanism. However, some foods provide more sustained energy and keep your blood sugar levels stable for longer, so you don't have as many cravings. A lesser-known trigger is nutritional deficiencies. Our bodies are very smart and always strive to keep everything in balance and work optimally for us. Our bodies have their way of informing us what we need. Just think of when we feel thirsty. It's a sign of dehydration. Or when we feel tired, it's a sign that we haven't had enough rest. Similarly, when there's a deficiency in certain nutrients such as vitamins or minerals, our bodies crave specific foods rich in those nutrients. That's very smart, right? So let's walk through a few examples so you know specifically what I'm talking about. If your body is lacking sodium, you might notice that you start craving chips or something savory. Chocolate cravings can be a sign of magnesium deficiency. Some great sources of magnesium include nuts and seeds. Bread or cheese cravings could imply nitrogen deficiency or deficiencies in the essential fatty acids, so try incorporating more fish, beans, or nuts in your diet. Cravings for red meat could be caused by iron deficiency. Some people also report the urge of chewing ice as a sign of iron deficiency. Generally speaking, try to incorporate a wide variety of whole foods in your diet, so that you can get different nutrients across the board. Your body is just like a sophisticated programming system, and these cravings are like error messages that notify your body to take action, so that it can revert back to full working order. The more you ignore these warning signs, the closer it is to shutting down. The third and last trigger that I want to talk about today is your hormones. Hormones play a huge part in hunger and cravings. Notably, the 2 hunger hormones leptin and ghrelin directly control your appetite, whether you feel full or hungry. Leptin is a fullness hormone that decreases your appetite, whereas ghrelin is a hunger hormone that increases appetite. Together, ghrelin and leptin signals regulate our sensations of hunger and fullness by sending signals to the brain for food intake. So an imbalance or dysregulation of these hormones may drastically affect your body's cravings. Fortunately, some simple lifestyle changes can drastically improve the balance of these hormones. For example, Research has demonstrated that getting enough sleep and exercising on a regular basis are two important factors. Other than that, cortisol, also known as the stress hormone, affects our hunger levels. This hormone can activate the fight or flight response. When your life is in danger, elevated cortisol levels can be beneficial and are necessary because you need to gather all your energy to defend your life. Having said that, chronically elevated stress levels can lead to feelings of hunger, blood pressure problems, and increased blood sugar. Again, this can be improved with simple lifestyle changes like sleep and exercise. And on top of that, it's a good idea to introduce relaxation practices into your daily routine. For females, estrogen, a sex hormone which fluctuates during our monthly cycles, during pregnancy, nursing, and menopause, also interferes with blood sugar levels, which in turn increase your cravings. As you can see, the three factors we mentioned today all have one thing in common. They try to keep our body in homeostasis, which is a state of balance and optimal function. So in other words, if you can do your part, work with your body and not against it, make this process easier for the body, you don't get as many cravings, which makes weight loss and maintenance much easier too. So start by eating balanced meals at regular intervals. This keeps you from constantly grazing or overeating due to low blood sugar from going too long without food. Include all food groups. No food groups is banned. Carbs are not your nemesis, and include protein with every meal. Second, water, water, water. Your body often confuses thirst and hunger. Keep a water bottle with you at all times, at your desk or in your car. Like nutrients, the body likes to absorb water in manageable amounts throughout the day. So sip water throughout the day, especially if you struggle with fatigue that's making you want carbs. Third, choose complex carbohydrates. Sweet potatoes, oatmeal, and quinoa are just a few of the examples of many carbohydrates that release energy more slowly than carbs that are more processed like sugary food or white bread. You know, all my work is based on the 3 plus 2 plus 0 principle. For your meals and snacks, if you need a carb fix, choose carbs in their more original form and enjoy it with a bit of good quality fat and protein for satiety. These include nuts, seeds, avocado, or hummus. Tune in with your body. So often, our bodies give us confusing signals, just like the thirst and hunger we already mentioned. Ask yourself, are you actually physically hungry? The sugar craving is usually your first thought when you're hungry, as it provides you with energy the quickest. What do you actually need? If you're craving some biscuits in the evening, it could be that you're tired. If that's the case, going to bed might be a better, more effective solution. If you're not physically hungry, how is your mood? Are you feeling unsupported, tired, angry, or overwhelmed? Or are you just bored? Lastly, you've probably heard of distraction techniques. A brisk walk can increase the release of endorphins, which will reduce your cravings. Or take a hot shower. The heat and steam in the hot shower will help you relax and help you take a step back from your craving and buy you time to figure out the best ways forward. So that's it from me today. If you are ready to fast-track your progress and say goodbye to yo-yo dieting, emotional eating, constant snacking, and binge eating, and finally lose weight for good, make sure you check out the Stop Binge Eating program, which gives you a proven step-by-step roadmap to help you lose weight for good without feeling deprived. You can check it out at helenwong.co.uk/SBEP. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Dive into the show notes for this episode at helenwong.co.uk/nutrition resources. If you've enjoyed this episode of the NutriPsych podcast, I invite you to check out the Stop Binge Eating program, which gives you access to a proven step-by-step roadmap with key strategies and skills that guide you from struggling with yo-yo dieting, emotional eating, and binge eating to achieving permanent weight loss. Check out the Stop Binge Eating program at helenwong.co.uk/SBEP.